Hey guys, this is P.M.R.Bonez88, and today for my next superhero movie review that I'll be talking about today is X-Men Origins: The Wolverine. This movie is talking about Wolverine's origin, and it's the beginning. So this was before he had the adamantium claws, before he even joined the X-Men. But there were some mixed reviews that some liked this movie, some didn't really like this movie but I like this film. But there is always going to be feedback, so I have to talk about the feedback. The story starts out where Wolverine is a child and discovering his powers, which that's where he gets the bony claws, and discovering that both Wolverine and Sabretooth, they were brothers. So that actually seems surprising, because throughout the comics issues and throughout the TV series of the anime series X-Men, I thought Wolverine and Sabretooth were simply enemies or sibling rivalries, but they were rivalries, and of course they always fought throughout the years. But as they grew older, as they grew up and didn't really age rapidly, they just aged slowly throughout the years, and they've been through many wars, many battles, and they met up Walter Stryker, who he offers Wolverine and Sabretooth a job, and putting together special team mutants that have special powers. Now there were some mutants that were very familiar. Some of them were familiar and some weren't. Some weren't to me. Of course, guest stars such as Will.I.Am. He has I don't know his mutant character's name, but he did have the power to teleport. And also Deadpool was in it, which was played by Ryan Reynolds. I could definitely tell that Ryan Reynolds was going to be Deadpool, and it did fit. Well, it did fit for the character, but there were some things about Deadpool, the character about him. In the comic books, Deadpool is supposed to be this wise-ass wannabe anti-hero. He's not like a good guy or a bad guy. He goes both ways, so he's technically a wannabe mutant. But in the movies, he didn't do all the wise-ass jokes a lot. And most of the time, and at the end of the film, where we see Deadpool has his swords inside his hand and comes out just like Wolverine's claws. It actually disappointed me for Ryan Reynolds' character, and despite with his lack of acting, his lack of this character, it didn't really fit for him, so he wasn't being as Deadpool as I expect him to be. But I heard they are going to make a Deadpool movie, so hopefully he doesn't mess this up if they make a Deadpool movie. Now throughout this movie, with Wolverine now we show him getting his claws, his new adamantium claws. So as Wolverine gets the claw, he volunteered to do the project for Stryker, and we've seen him before where he gets a claw and he was volunteer for the adamantium claw. And the story, it flows up, it starts flowing up. It really interested me of this film. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, mixtures, and I'm one of the people who do like this film. Even some people didn't really like it, but I liked it. I wouldn't say amazing, but I mean, it was a prequel, and there were some familiar mutants that we know, like Cyclops, and there was Quicksilver. Some mutants had a cameo, some didn't. And also Patrick Stewart returned to play as Charles Xavier. That one was really surprising. And one of my two favorite scenes is where Wolverine faces off Sabretooth, because Sabretooth killed his girlfriend. That's where he had the bony claws, so that was my favorite fighting scene. And also at the end where Wolverine and Sabretooth, where they fought off Deadpool at the rooftop. That was pretty amazing, seeing Deadpool kicking Wolverine and Sabretooth's ass, but at the end they kicked his ass and Wolverine just chopped off his head off. I think that was amazing. Those were my two favorite fighting scenes, and they were amazing. And also seeing the Blob. The Blob in the beginning, he wasn't known as the Blob. He was known by someone else's name, but a few years later he did pack up a lot of weight, he got really big, really huge, and that's where he's known as the Blob. But he didn't want to be called as the Blob because that really pisses him off. Once you call him the Blob, next you know, bam. And also seeing Gambit, I always wanted to see Gambit in the movie, and they finally did. With the character, I forgot the actor's name, but he was in a TV show called Friday Night Lights on NBC. Seeing Gambit with his stick and using all the cards to make them as weapons, those are my favorites. So besides Wolverine being my favorite, Gambit was also my third favorite. But Wolverine was my favorite X-Men character, and plus talking about his origin, he was the most favorite character just to be interested in, to see him, his origin, his life, his past, and throughout the wars he's been in. He was really one of my favorite characters of all time. And seeing Hugh Jackman returning as Wolverine so many times, it was really interesting, and he brought the character to life, and he did a phenomenal job. And the other movie, which I'll be coming in theaters this July, is the Wolverine. I can't wait to see this film because it had all the best visual effects, and the action is so astonishing. So I can't wait to see this film when it comes in theaters this July. So just to rate this film, I have to give it a 85 out of 100. It's a good movie, and it's really enjoying it just to see the origin about Wolverine's life and how he got all the adamantium claw, and that was my best favorite movie. And by next weekend, just to let you know that I'll be on a weekend vacation, so I'll be away just for the weekend, and by next week I should return. And so when I return for my next superhero movie review that I'll be talking about by next week is the Fantastic Four. And this is P.M.R.Bonez88 signing off and saying is peace!